You won't see these bikes on billboards or in glossy magazines, and that's exactly why you can buy them extremely cheap. These overlooked motorcycles offer real performance, value, and reliability. Number 10. Honda CB500X. This bike often slips beneath the radar, but for riders who value practicality, comfort, and reliability without emptying their wallet, the CB500X might be one of the smartest buys on the used market today. It is designed as a compact, adventure-styled motorcycle, ideal for urban commuting and light touring, with just enough off-road DNA to handle gravel and back roads. At the heart of the bike is a 471 cubic centimeter parallel twin engine. This reliable power plant produces approximately 47 horsepower and delivers about 32 pound-feet of torque, offering enough performance to keep up with highway traffic while remaining tame for daily errands. The seating position is upright and relaxed, with a wide handlebar and a tall windscreen that adds long-distance comfort. Seat height is set just above 32 inches, which works well for most riders and allows for confident footing at stoplights. The bike features a long-travel 41mm telescopic fork in the front and a ProLink single shock in the rear, providing comfort on both paved and mildly rough roads. For braking, you get a 296mm front disc with a twin piston caliper and a 240mm rear disc. The ABS version is common and offers added peace of mind without overcomplicating the setup. With a curb weight of around 434 pounds wet, the CB500X remains easy to maneuver in tight spaces while still providing stable performance on longer rides. Fuel economy is excellent, often exceeding 70 miles per gallon, which means fewer fuel stops and more miles between fill-ups. Riders also benefit from a 6-speed gearbox, a 19-inch front wheel for added stability, and a respectable fuel tank capacity of 4.5 gallons. Used models can usually be found priced between $4,000 and $5,000, depending on the year and condition. For that price, you're getting a capable, well-balanced motorcycle with Honda's legendary reliability baked in. It is not flashy, but it is one of the best-kept secrets in the adventure segment. If you like that hidden adventure machine, wait until you see the rare V-twin cruiser coming up next that almost nobody talks about. Number 9. Honda Shadow RS. It is the kind of motorcycle that quietly wins over riders once they give it a chance. It was only in production for a short time, and as a result, it never gained mainstream popularity. That makes it a rare find, and a serious bargain for those who know what they are looking at. Powering the RS is a 745 cubic centimeter V-twin engine, delivering around 44 horsepower and 47 pound-feet of torque. That combination gives it just enough grunt to make highway riding feel easy, without intimidating new or returning riders. What makes the RS stand out from other cruisers is its subtle shift toward a more sport-oriented posture. With higher-mounted foot pegs, mid-position controls, and a flatter, more compact seat, it offers a riding stance that is slightly more aggressive than traditional cruisers. That layout gives it an edge when navigating curves or urban traffic, while still maintaining a laid-back vibe suitable for weekend cruising. The bike uses a shaft drive, which means less maintenance and cleaner operation than a chain. Suspension is handled by standard telescopic forks up front and twin rear shocks tuned for comfort. In terms of braking, it features a 296mm single front disc with a twin piston caliper and a rear drum brake. While not high performance, the setup is reliable and more than adequate for its intended use. Wet weight is approximately 496 pounds. Which helps the bike stay planted while also being manageable in low-speed situations like parking lots or stop-and-go traffic. The seat height is about 29 inches, making it accessible for shorter riders without compromising comfort. Because it flew under the radar, used Shadow RS models are usually available between $3,800 and $4,500. They are rare but not expensive. Just forgotten. And that plays in your favor. With bulletproof engineering, low operating costs, and classic styling that never looks outdated, the RS is one of the best-kept secrets among Honda's cruiser lineup. From overlooked cruisers to urban fun machines, the next bike might just redefine what a budget-friendly sport look-alike should be. We've done the research to uncover these hidden gems. If you want more insights like this, hit like, subscribe, and drop a comment below. Let us know if you've ever owned any of these underrated bikes. Number 8. Hyosung GT 250R. This motorcycle has fooled more riders at first glance than almost any other entry-level machine. With aggressive full fairings, a muscular fuel tank, and angular styling, it looks like a high-performance 1,000 cubic centimeter sport bike. But peel back the bodywork, and what you find is a highly approachable, extremely affordable motorcycle hiding in plain sight. The GT250R is powered by a 249 cubic centimeter V-twin engine that produces approximately 28 horsepower and generates around 16 pound-feet of torque. While that may sound modest on paper, the real-world experience tells a different story. This bike has enough pull to comfortably handle urban commuting, casual weekend rides, and even some light touring duties. The engine is air and oil-cooled, paired with a 5-speed manual transmission that offers smooth shifts and predictable power delivery. It sounds deeper and meaner than most single-cylinder beginner bikes thanks to the V-twin configuration, and the throttle response feels tuned just right for riders getting their first taste of motorcycling or returning after a break. What really sets the GT250R apart is its full-size chassis. With a standard seat height of just over 32 inches and a wet weight of approximately 375 pounds, it offers a commanding road presence and a stable ride without being too heavy to manage. Suspension comes in the form of conventional telescopic front forks and a monoshock rear, both tuned for comfort and urban maneuverability rather than outright sport performance. For stopping power, the bike includes a 275mm single front disc with a 2-piston caliper and a 240mm rear disc, providing adequate braking for a bike in this weight and performance class. The 13-liter fuel tank offers decent range, and ergonomics are surprisingly neutral for a bike with such racy aesthetics. One of the reasons this motorcycle remains a hidden gem is its branding. Hyosung is not a household name in the United States, which keeps resale values low despite solid reliability. You can often find clean used examples of the GT250R priced between $1,800 and $2,500, depending on condition and mileage. That makes it one of the most affordable sport-styled motorcycles with a V-twin engine you can buy today. No frills, no fanfare, just pure bang for your buck. Looking for something with retro charm and European flair? The next machine has style that stops traffic, yet nobody's looking. Everything from this list rides better with the right gear. We linked it all in the description for you. Number 7. Moto Guzzi Vive 7 Classic. It delivers all of that in a package that's timeless, functional, and surprisingly affordable on the used market. Built around a 744 cubic centimeter longitudinal V-twin engine, the bike produces approximately 50 horsepower and 44 pound-feet of torque. That power is delivered in a predictable, easygoing manner that complements its retro-inspired styling and relaxed geometry. It's a bike made for backroad cruising, urban exploration, or just taking in the scenery without rushing. The most notable aspect of the drivetrain is the shaft drive. While most bikes in this price range rely on chains or belts, the V7 Classic gives riders the benefits of clean, low-maintenance final drive operation with a smooth delivery of torque to the rear wheel. The riding position is upright, aided by a neutral handlebar setup and a well-padded flat seat that allows for long hours in the saddle without fatigue. The fuel tank holds over 4 gallons, giving it solid range, and the analog instrument cluster adds to its old-school charm while still delivering all the necessary information. Braking is handled by a single 320mm disc up front with a 4-piston caliper and a 260mm disc in the rear with a 2-piston caliper. Suspension includes conventional front forks and dual rear shocks, tuned for comfort rather than aggression, which aligns with the bike's relaxed nature. Dry weight sits just above 400 pounds, while the wet weight hovers near 435 pounds. That makes the bike nimble and manageable, even for newer or returning riders. The seat height is relatively low at just under 31 inches, which gives it a planted feel and approachability for a wide range of riders. On the used market, the V7 Classic typically sells for between $4,000 and $5,500, depending on condition and mileage. That is a bargain considering its unique European design, mechanical simplicity, and the riding experience it offers. Most people walk right past it because the name does not carry the same weight in America. But those who do take notice often find themselves falling in love. From European elegance to raw Japanese muscle, the next pick delivers surprising power for pocket change. Number 6. Suzuki GSX 650F. There are bikes that shout performance with aggressive styling and flashy branding, and then there are bikes like the GSX 650F, quiet, competent, and often completely overlooked. This motorcycle doesn't try to grab attention at first glance, but for the rider who knows what really matters, comfort, reliability, and balanced performance, it delivers more than most bikes in its class. At the center of this underappreciated machine is a 656 cubic centimeter inline four-cylinder engine that produces approximately 85 horsepower and 58 pound-feet of torque. The GSX 650F comes with a 6-speed transmission and features a full fairing that provides excellent wind protection without the overly aggressive stance of a race bike. The riding position is upright and relaxed, making it suitable for longer journeys and comfortable for older riders who may not enjoy the hunched-over sport bike posture. A well-padded seat, neutrally positioned handlebars, and standard foot peg placement contribute to all-day rideability, whether on winding back roads or the open highway. The suspension setup includes conventional telescopic front forks and a preload adjustable rear monoshock. It may not be race-tuned, but it absorbs road imperfections with ease and provides a planted, stable ride. Braking is handled by dual front disc brakes with 2 piston calipers and a single rear disc, offering dependable stopping power for the bike's size and weight. Speaking of weight, the GSX 650F tips the scales at approximately 530 pounds wet. That heft gives it a composed feel on the road without making low-speed maneuvering a chore. In terms of real-world usage, this bike hits a sweet spot. It's sporty without being uncomfortable, quick without being intimidating, and reliable without being boring. It might not turn heads at the local bike night, but it will impress on the ride home. Owners praise its bulletproof build quality, simple maintenance, and longevity. On the used market, you can typically find one price between $3,000 and $4,000 depending on condition and mileage. The GSX 650F may not carry the same hype as other sport models in the Suzuki lineup, but for riders who want more ride and less flash, it is one of the best hidden values out there. Think that was a steal? The next one blends modern engineering with an old-school price tag, and barely anyone's buying it. Number 5. Benelli Leoncino 500. This is the kind of motorcycle that turns heads not because of hype, but because it blends smart engineering with timeless style. The Leoncino 500 is a modern scrambler that borrows design language from classic Italian bikes, but is built by a Chinese-owned brand, which makes it one of the most overlooked machines in the American market. While many riders pass it over out of uncertainty, those who do their research find a motorcycle that delivers far more value than expected. At its core is a 500 cubic centimeter parallel twin engine that produces approximately 47 horsepower and delivers around 33 pound-feet of torque. This puts it right in the sweet spot for a nimble street bike, enough power to cruise at highway speeds while still feeling approachable and responsive in town. The chassis is built around a steel trellis frame, giving it both structural integrity and a light, clean look. Up front, the Leoncino comes with a 50mm inverted fork, while the rear uses a preload adjustable monoshock. This suspension setup offers a comfortable yet controlled ride over a range of surfaces. Braking is handled by dual 320mm front discs with 4-piston radial calipers and a 260mm rear disc with a single piston caliper. It includes standard dual-channel anti-lock braking, adding a layer of safety for newer and seasoned riders alike. Weighing in at approximately 490 pounds wet, the Leoncino strikes a balance between urban flickability and open road composure. The upright riding position, wide handlebars, and a mid-height seat set at just under 32 inches make it accessible to a wide range of rider heights. The 18-inch front and 17-inch rear wheels are wrapped in mixed-use tires, giving the bike a scrambler silhouette while still maintaining strong on-road grip. New models typically retail for just under $6,000, while used units in good condition can often be found for as low as $4,000. That makes this bike one of the few modern retro machines that offers performance, styling, and technology without a boutique price tag. If you are looking for a motorcycle that feels European but is priced to compete with Japanese standards, this one is a true hidden gem. That was stylish and modern, but the next one is a Swiss Army knife of functionality. and somehow still affordable. Number 4. Kawasaki Versys 650. If you are looking for a machine that can do it all without demanding attention, the Versys 650 is the kind of motorcycle you need to know about. It offers a unique blend of sport bike agility, adventure touring comfort, and commuter-friendly practicality, all wrapped into a platform that remains one of the most overlooked in the used bike market. It is powered by a 649 cubic centimeter parallel twin engine that puts out approximately 64 horsepower and around 45 pound-feet of torque. That combination delivers smooth acceleration, strong mid-range, and enough muscle to cruise comfortably at highway speeds while still being nimble in traffic. Ergonomics are one of the Versys' standout features. The upright seating position, tall handlebar setup, and mid-mounted foot pegs make it easy to stay comfortable over long rides or during daily commutes. The tall windscreen offers moderate protection from wind blast, and the overall bodywork gives the bike a subtle, non-aggressive look that does not scream sport bike, even though it handles like one. Suspension comes in the form of a 41mm telescopic fork up front with adjustable preload and rebound damping, paired with a rear single shock that also offers preload adjustability. That setup gives it enough travel to soak up potholes and uneven roads without feeling spongy. Braking is handled by dual 300mm front discs with dual piston calipers and a single 220mm rear disc, offering confident stopping power in all conditions. The bike's wet weight is approximately 454 pounds, which makes it light enough for quick directional changes but stable enough for loaded touring. The seat height is 33.1 inches, giving taller riders a bit of extra room while still being accessible for most. Fuel economy often hovers in the 50 to 60 miles per gallon range, and with a 5-gallon fuel tank, the Versys has legitimate long-distance touring potential. On the used market, clean examples typically range from $4,200 to $5,500, depending on condition, mileage, and model year. It might not turn heads at the gas station, but it will deliver mile after mile of dependable, enjoyable riding. Want something even more rugged but compact enough to feel like a toy? This next pick delivers a serious dual sport attitude. Number 3. Suzuki DRZ 400 SM Supermoto. This machine does not fit neatly into any one category, and that is exactly what makes it so appealing. It borrows DNA from dirt bikes, borrows control and design elements from sport bikes, and still manages to carve its own identity as a practical, lightweight supermoto that can handle nearly anything you throw at it. At the core is a 400 cubic centimeter single-cylinder engine that produces approximately 39 horsepower and delivers around 29 pound-feet of torque. The DRZ 400 SM rides on 17-inch wheels wrapped in sticky street tires, giving it incredible grip for aggressive cornering on pavement. The suspension is lifted directly from Suzuki's off-road playbook. A fully adjustable inverted front fork and a rear shock with adjustable compression and rebound offer over 10 inches of travel, meaning it can absorb potholes, curbs, and uneven pavement with ease. It features a high ground clearance of 10.2 inches, allowing it to hop obstacles and handle mild off-road trails when needed. This is not just a commuter, it is a go-anywhere, do-anything machine. Braking is handled by a powerful 300mm front disc with a dual piston caliper, while the rear features a 245mm disc with a single piston caliper. The wet weight comes in at only 321 pounds, which makes the DRZ incredibly flickable and confidence-inspiring in tight city riding or twisty back roads. The low weight also contributes to excellent fuel efficiency, often averaging well over 60 miles per gallon, depending on riding habits. Riders who want something responsive, rugged, and easy to control will find this bike checks every box. Maintenance is straightforward thanks to its air-cooled simplicity and exposed mechanical layout. Whether you're a beginner looking for a bike to grow with, or a seasoned rider who wants a machine that feels alive beneath you, this is one of the best-kept secrets in Suzuki's lineup. Used models are commonly found for between $3,800 and $4,600. At that price, it is hard to find anything else that offers this much fun per dollar. That was wild and fun, but the next one is quiet, smooth, and so practical it almost feels like cheating. We've dug deep into the best deals out there. If you're enjoying these hidden finds, be sure to subscribe and let us know which bike caught your attention in the comments below. Number 2. Honda C750X. Designed with real-world riders in mind, this machine is one of the most overlooked commuter motorcycles available in the American market. While most bikes in this segment chase flashy design or high-revving performance, the NC750X takes a completely different approach, one grounded in practicality, comfort, and ease of use. Its 745 cubic centimeter parallel twin engine delivers a balanced 54 horsepower and 50 pound-feet of torque, tuned specifically for low-end response and everyday usability. That makes it ideal for city traffic, backroad exploration, and even relaxed highway cruising. Instead of placing the fuel tank up top like most motorcycles, Honda engineered a lockable storage compartment in that space, large enough to store a full-face helmet. The actual gas tank is located beneath the seat, which helps lower the bike's center of gravity and improves handling in low-speed situations. Fuel efficiency is exceptional, with many owners reporting more than 65 miles per gallon, depending on riding habits and terrain. Whether you are riding to work, heading out on a road trip, or simply enjoying a weekend cruise, this bike makes every mile feel effortless. The NC750X features a tall, upright seating position with a relaxed reach to the handlebars and a generous seat that accommodates both rider and passenger comfortably. Suspension is managed by a 41mm telescopic fork in the front and a Pro-Link single rear shock with adjustable preload. The brakes include a single 320mm front disc with a 2-piston caliper and a 240mm rear disc, providing dependable and progressive stopping power for a bike of this size. The wet weight comes in at approximately 475 pounds, which helps it stay planted on the highway while remaining easy to manage in parking lots or stop-and-go traffic. Transmission options include both a traditional 6-speed manual or an automatic dual-clutch setup, depending on the year and trim. This flexibility makes it a strong contender for both beginner and experienced riders alike. Used models of the NC750X can typically be found for around $4,500 to $5,500, offering exceptional value for the features and reliability included. If you thought that was practical, the final bike on this list might just be the best-kept secret in all of motorcycling. Number 1. CF Moto 700 CLX Sport. The 700 CLX Sport may not wear a familiar badge to many American riders, but it brings far more to the road than most would expect, especially at its price point. Designed by CF Moto and manufactured with steadily rising quality standards, this motorcycle has quietly earned a reputation for delivering real performance, solid engineering, and impressive build quality without chasing the premium price tags of better-known rivals. Its 693 cubic centimeter parallel twin engine produces an impressive 74 horsepower and 50 pound-feet of torque, placing it well within striking distance of higher-cost bikes in the middleweight category. The riding experience is where this machine surprises the most. The throttle response is sharp thanks to ride-by-wire technology, and the 6-speed transmission is enhanced by a slipper clutch that allows smoother downshifts even under pressure. The bike comes stock with top-shelf hardware not often found in this segment, including full Brembo braking systems with dual front discs and a single rear disc for confident stopping power. Inverted front forks and an adjustable rear monoshock offer solid suspension support whether you are carving through canyons or navigating pothole-strewn city streets. Styling is another standout feature. The CLX Sport carries a cafe racer-inspired design with clip-on handlebars, bar-end mirrors, and a minimalist LED headlight that keeps things modern without being overstated. A sculpted fuel tank and exposed frame add an aggressive yet refined character, while the riding ergonomics strike a balance between sporty and everyday usable. It weighs in at approximately 450 pounds wet, making it light enough to remain nimble but stable at highway speeds. The bike rides on 17-inch cast wheels with sticky sport tires and includes ABS and traction control systems for added safety. It also has a digital instrument cluster that displays all essential ride data in a clean, easy-to-read format. With a seat height of just over 31 inches, it's accessible to a wide range of riders. Despite all these premium features, the 700 CLX Sport can often be found brand new starting under $7,000 and lightly used used examples have been listed as low as $5,500. Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed discovering these underrated motorcycles, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button and leave a comment below. We've got more content lined up to help you find the best bikes that don't get the credit they deserve. Stay tuned for more.